So Jay-Z kicked off his celebration for the 30th anniversary of Reasonable Doubt and 25th anniversary of The Blueprint with the Roots Picnic performance. But he's unearthed previously unreleased records for DSPs, and now he's readying to drop an exclusive vinyl for Reasonable Doubt, and it's going to be at Target. There's been a very long boycott of Target for, how far back does it go?
I don't know.
Since Trump's inauguration.
Yeah, basically. Since the DEI stuff started.
Rollback of DEI.
So maybe 2 years.
Yeah. So,
year and a half.
Considering Target's DEI history with boycotts, are people who see this partnership as negative overreacting?
I think so. When you go to Target,
if you do,
I don't.
And the thing is, like, I went in there because I need something specifically from Target, and I was like, man, I didn't want to do it, but let me just go in here. I'm gonna go in and go out. Man, it was all type of folks in there.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute, I've been holding it down this entire time, and y'all just didn't care.
That's how it is, though.
That's how it is. And then, like, and then apparently, I don't know what he really has to do with this. The whole Jamal Bryant thing was saying, okay, well, we done with that for right now. And I was like, well, did we resolve anything?
No.
And so, do I think it's a problem that Jay-Z is selling product in Target, among other places? I mean, I want to say yes, but honestly, no. I mean, because when they put out D'Angelo's album, I'm not sure if it was.
It's at Target.
It was at Target and it sold out, and I guess I know who was in there buying it. It's the same people who I thought wasn't going in there. They were all up in there when I went in.
But isn't it about the fact that it's exclusively at Target?
No. So there's two versions.
Okay.
So the white vinyl version is exclusively at.
Okay, but that's still exclusive, though.
I mean, yeah.
Everybody's heard Reasonable Doubt before.
You can still go buy it in another record store. It's just not going to be vinyl. So,
like, you can still go to Indie CD and vinyl and buy it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's more. So it's dropping at Target and it's dropping everywhere else as well.
So what is the exclusivity part?
It's just a white vinyl.
So just the white specifically portion is at Target.
That's it.
Where was the other place you said you can go?
You can go to Indie CD and vinyl.
Yeah.
Get all your physical media needs.
All of that, man.
And ladies.
Get your vinyl.
So again, back to the question, are people who see this partnership as negative overreacting?
No, I don't believe so. You know what I mean? Just because there's been a history of Jay, quote unquote, circumventing the movement. You know what I mean?
It's like 1 foot in, 1 foot out type thing.
Yeah. So it's like, damn again, brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like,
it's lying in your pockets, but us.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
So, like,
and how much does it really hurt him to just say no? Like, even if Target sues him, he's a billionaire.
Yeah. So,
would it really hurt for him to sell it everywhere else but Target?
His family has a history. Well, not necessarily his direct family, but his married into family has a history with Target as well. Like, as far as his mother-in-law and Destiny's Child, Beyonce, they all have had relationships with Target in the past. I think that may be one of the reasons why he's actively working with them. I don't know. But personally, am I upset with Jay for doing this? I mean, it just seems like something that when I look at capitalistic Jay-Z, it makes absolute sense.
That's the only way to look at Jay.
That makes absolute sense. But when I think about the people that are mad, a lot of people that are mad at Jay-Z are always mad at Jay-Z.
Yeah.
And it's like every time something happens, they're trying to figure out a way to make it stick. So we talked about the Epstein situation, would happen to be anybody can call in and say anything on a phone line, right? Okay, so now all of a sudden he's included in the Epstein's files. Everybody that with common sense knows he was not dealing with Epstein in 1996. Okay, that was one. The whole Diddy shit. He was friends with Diddy, but he was not, you know what I'm saying?
Industry friends with Diddy.
Right, he wasn't involved in that shit, and it was a false claim. It was false. The lady came out and couldn't even.
Oh, you talking about the stuff with Busby?
Yeah.
No, you can't hold that.
Why can't
Diddy
no?
stuff
But I'm trying to make a point. I'm trying to make a
Okay.
point here, because every time Jay is associated with something, the same people that are mad at him are mad again because they want something to be wrong with this man because he's
A
successful.
lot of Jaguar rights out there.
Exactly. It's a whole bunch of them, and me just being a part of the social network and seeing things, and when you search one thing, a whole bunch of shit pops up. There's a lot of people that feel that way, that want him to be guilty of something.
When there's smoke, there's fire.
Nah, not necessarily. Not all the time.
I mean, but this is the thing.
Because you have to tell me where the fire is at.
With that,
With what? With you have to specifically say where the fire is at.
underage stuff.
What underage stuff?
That whole Busby story is very far-fetched. But if you want to speculate, you know what I mean? Like, what age did Jay and Beyonce really link up?
I mean, I don't know, man. We don't know these people. That's what I'm saying.
But
we don't
speculation.
know that.
Speculation.
I'm not here to speculate.
And
but
I'm only
a
saying
lot of people are. That's why a lot of this shit gets mixed up in speculation because one person says it. Now I'm speculating, and I really don't know.
And truth be told, it ain't really none of my motherfucking business.
Yeah. But I can't say I can say when I start seeing it happen. They weren't. She wasn't a kid. She wasn't a kid when I seen it happen.
I mean?
Woody Allen married his stepdaughter or something, right?
She was like 14.
But it's the same principle.
Yeah.
Same principle.
Like
what I'm saying is, whenever the whole Jay-Z Beyonce situation happened,
only reason I'm saying that is because you got Damon J with Aaliyah, which she was probably significantly younger than him when he met her. Foxy, which she was significantly younger than him when they was messing around. If they was messing around,
Yeah, even Foxy said that wasn't true.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to Terry's point, I mean, it is a lot of speculation of stuff that we don't know with not a lot of confirmed sources with anything. And the only thing that people can really kind of lean to is the speculation around Jay and Beyonce, and they're married.
And all you got to do is go back and look and see when they were married or how old they were at the time where they started dating.
There's no real knowledge of that.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about?
Yeah.
But back to that, because go ahead.
No. I mean, but I can see where people are upset with Jay or want to call him to the carpet because it's like, okay, we tried to boycott Target, but now you're going to have your product in Target. We had this whole thing with the NFL where we wasn't really rocking with the NFL, and here you are, you're going to program their Super Bowls. And, I think one of the things, and I've talked about this before, the one thing that I think is going to always come back and haunt Jay-Z is when he said, we're past kneeling.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like, I think George Floyd happened like that same year after he said that. It was a situation to where, okay, man, like, I get where you're coming from, but you're also in a rich man's bubble.
Yeah. And not only that, you stand to gain from this collaboration.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason you saying this is because you getting something out of this.
Let's debunk another thing real quick too, because or let's discuss it, and it's related to that kind of because, I mean, I saw a post where somebody had a picture of Drake, J. Cole, and Future all also selling in Target at the same time, and the question was posed: does that also suggest that they are also ops, or does the exclusive? My question is: does the exclusivity and what Jay is doing specifically by pointing people to go there make it different?
That's the thing. You know what I mean? Because everybody's albums are going to sell in Target. If you behind a label or whatever.
If it's part of the thing.
Yeah. If you behind a major label, they're going to sell your product in Target. It's not like they're going to exclude themselves. But when you create a deal where, look, this is only going to be released exclusively at Target, then it's a problem. But isn't Tabitha Brown stuff still at Target?
Yeah. She said to not stop going to Target.
Yeah. So
selective outrage.
Yeah.
I was trying to kind of put everything together, and then we got stuck on that one point.
Yeah.
I was trying to kind of circle it back around.
I think the thing with that though is it's very easy to use that as a distraction. It's very easy to like see what Jay-Z is doing here. This specific thing that he's doing, where he is undermining the protest of Target by doing this specifically, and because of the people that criticize Jay in general, you are automatically caught off guard, and kind of in a way you start defending Jay-Z because of everything else, not necessarily what this particular thing is.
Mhm.
And I see a lot of times that conversation becomes louder than the thing that we should probably continue to talk about.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And from my perspective, Jay has always classified himself as like the business mogul of hip hop, you know, and to, you know, and people look at him as like this capitalistic god, if you will, in relations to hip hop and success. And the thing that I continue to pose is, when you cozy up to the thing that is at odds with the culture, are you still in line with the culture?
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to be said with that, because I mean, I myself fall victim to not necessarily boycotting everything that's supposed to be boycotted.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I would seem like a hypocrite if I'm upset that a capitalistic billionaire rapper decided to put his album in Target.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't necessarily agree with that motion or notion, but I'm not at fault. I'm not faulting him for it, because it's exactly who he is at the end of the day. It's the whole accumulation of the other things that people, you know what I'm saying, point their figure out, and then just be like, oh, here's something, and I know this is going to stick, and this is why I don't like him. You said you didn't like him a long time ago when all that other shit wasn't sticking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I actually went and got Jackson's birthday gift. That Michael Jackson album is a Target exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
So are we mad at Michael Jackson's estate now for putting their album in there?
Sure.
All right. Well,
I mean, I think it's so easy to get distracted with that, though. I mean, I think we do live inside. Here's another piece too with this, and I give us in general, people living in the United States, a little bit of bail because we are existing in a capitalist system, and it is impossible for us to completely reject it wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
We have to exist in it. So there's a little bit of bail there, but we can. I put more fault in that situation on the estate. I put more fault on Jay-Z than I do the people that are going to go to Target to buy it, because that's the only place that you can go.
yeah.
I mean, and this is the thing that I get why it's different, but no one says, "Hey, Taylor Swift, you see what's going on over here? Why are you selling
to me,
to my point, though, that is exactly what I was saying about the thing Terry was doing.
Yeah.
Is it completely pivots and puts the conversation somewhere else to deflect responsibility.
And the thing is, I don't want to do that.
But I agree with you.
But it's just always like the onus on some sort of morality when it comes to
black.
When it comes to this sort of thing, all goes into black artists. It's like we don't hold anybody else, even the people who claim to be allies.
Mm-hmm.
We don't ever say, "Hey, don't get your money." We'll say, but we'll tell Jay-Z, it's like, "Hey, you don't do that." We'll tell, Snoop had a roll out with that a sequel to The Chronic none of us liked. All at Target. And it was a situation to where, like, I get it, but at the same time, like I said, I felt bad. I remember feeling bad. I had not gone to Target for a good year and a half. And I felt bad that I had to go in there and get this one thing. And then while I looked around and I was like, well, did nobody hold the line?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I did. I haven't been back. But I mean, I could see where you would feel a certain kind of way. I mean, the same way I felt a certain kind of way when I walked in there, and I was like, well, damn, y'all just didn't care at all. I think from one perspective too, and maybe it's easy for me to say this too, right? But I think from one perspective, it's like, like the things that we want to see society as a lot of times is so far removed from what society is that the regular quote unquote normies or the people that are just, let me just go to Target or let me just they're not thinking about it. They don't care about it. There's no disruption happening. I almost feel like the onus does need to be put on the people that do care to hold the line to that degree. And I do think, yes, I do think it's the white allies, but I also think at the same time, like, it's really everybody,
Mm-hmm.
like that wants to stand for that should probably follow through with it. So,
or it should be a lot louder the whole time that it's going down, especially before something like this happens. It should be still voiced that certain individuals, you decide you don't rock with Target, so be it. That's cool. I'm not going to just not with you because you go
Sure.
to Target.
Sure.
from here and
Yeah,
here or there.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Go get you a
Yeah.
t-shirt or something.
Yeah.
I'm not really tripping on you for that because it boils down to having to boycott literally everything that we consume.
Mhm.
So therefore, we shouldn't be using Amazon. We shouldn't be using TikTok.
We damn sure shouldn't be at Walmart.
You know what I'm
Walmart,
saying?
yeah.
I will say I don't shop at Walmart.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't shop at Walmart.
Typically, but I have.
But all these apps that we use on our phone,
Yeah.
YouTube,
That's why I say it's impossible to
Instagram, you know what I'm saying?
to distance yourself from capitalism and the companies because we're in like this tech feudalism type thing right now. But like,
yeah.
but I guess the only pushback that I would have to Jay, because I agree with what Jay's saying, the only real pushback is kind of what I said, is just like if there aren't people that are holding that line to some degree, then it just kind of gets lost. And then it's like, well, like, do we just kind of like, all right, well, I guess everybody's doing it, or do we? Where is that line at? You know, like where is that line?
Honestly, I think people, because again, like I'm saying, you can't boycott everything because you would literally have a brick phone at this point. If you have a certain number of things that you don't rock with those things. But you can't sit back and say that you ain't rocking with everything you're not supposed to be rocking with. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole thing. You can't put somebody else at fault if you're making your super mad video and posting it on freaking Facebook and or X, so to speak, you know what I'm saying, that the ops own.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still getting money off of this situation. And you're trying to hold the line on this corporation that doesn't even have as much money as this corporation. So it's like you're picking and choosing. Okay, I know we shouldn't rock with them either, but I got to use this because it's making me money. So now you look the exact same way as a Jay-Z that put his album in Target because he put it in Target because it's making him money.
Yeah, I saw this quote recently, and it's very relative to this, and it was, be kind to people, be ruthless to systems.
Mm.
And I think that's kind of like what I'm trying to get at is like, to me, in this scenario, even the Taylor Swift, whomever is a part of putting this record, Jay-Z's a part of it. He okayed it at the end of the day.
He did.
He's a part of the system at that point. And I feel like it's okay for people to be essentially kind of ruthless towards him in that particular manner because he is continually pushing that in that particular direction. And there maybe it is a little bit more skewed in these particular types of situations towards black creators or black artists and people in general because of the way that the entire system is set up. And because in general, it's usually black people and minorities that are trying to fight to fix the system in general. So it makes sense that that white people, when they look at that from that lens, that they're, they can give Taylor Swift a pass, but they won't give Jay-Z a pass. Like it's because it's expected of Taylor Swift to do that. It's expected of certain people to do that. So sometimes it looks a little different when you look at a Jay-Z who says he's presenting as one thing, but then he does something else. It's such a stark contrast where Taylor Swift isn't that. She's just, it's like Caitlin Clark out here. She's going to Morgan Wallen concerts and nobody gives it, there's no pushback.
Yeah, nobody gives a about whatever she does, but
there was some outrage.
There was. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to get distracted, but like I'm just saying in general, like we're not talking about it anymore. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think in what Target is doing, this could be their situation where they're using it to try to get more people to come back.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's system type situations. And honestly, if we want to keep it a buck, that's the whole reason they had certain items in their store to begin with. It wasn't necessarily because they were standing on the line with folks or with black people. It's because they knew it would be lucrative for them because nobody else was doing it.
Yep.
So I mean, at the end of the day, it's a corporate America grab, and Jay-Z is part of it. He happens to be a successful black male, so he's going to be looked at through a lens more finely than anybody else. And unfortunately, he keeps catching a whole lot of strays.
Well, another hard truth is you said nobody's talking about Caitlin Clark. In the next couple weeks, in the next 2 weeks, nobody's going to be talking about this.
True. That's fair.
You know what I mean? Like it's just outrage for the moment.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks, everybody's going to forget about it.